is, I think somebody's trying to kill me. I'll be waking up paranoid. I'll be really scared. I just be paranoid.
So I took my time to give my 2 cents on the documentary that 30 Cent decided to do. And this is the title that I think that he should have named his documentary. And why do I say this? Not because I am a Diddy fanatic, a Diddy fan, and people get that so wrong. I am a fan of the truth. And the documentary was a dig and a drag by 50 Cent to get back at Diddy for whatever issues that he has with him. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, it's because he offered to take him shopping, but come on, y'all. Let's put our critical thinking hats on. First off, everybody that was in the documentary, we've seen all over YouTube for the last 24 months. For those who didn't see it, basically it starts off with footage that Diddy had, a cameraman following him, documenting what was going on with him before the trial. He was crashing out, he's speaking to his attorneys, and really upset about what was going on as far as people just coming out of the blue with all these lawsuits dropping. And one of the major questions is how did 50 Cent even get that footage? In my opinion, I'm sure that he paid top dollar to the guy who was doing the documentary or who had the footage. Diddy is obviously in jail. Now, in the court of law, how was that going to go? Obviously, maybe I'm going to look into that and see if the guy or if Diddy even has a lawsuit based on the guy giving him his private footage that he paid him to do. Now, there's a creator on YouTube, and she was really ahead of all of this before the trial happened. And she talked about right before Diddy got locked up, how he was tampering with witnesses. And we got to see firsthand what actually was going on because she mentioned Don. And Don actually was supporting Diddy initially, and then she turned around and dropped the lawsuit. So when she dropped that lawsuit, as you can see in the documentary, Diddy just crashed out. He started calling Kalina like, oh my God, I can't believe that Don just dropped this lawsuit against me. Like, can you call her? Can you find out what's going on? I've never been anything but nice to this girl. But it just goes to show how gossip and all this stuff gets out and no one really focuses on the truth and the facts. And the content creator on YouTube, like, she labeled that as he was tampering with a witness. Which in my mind, I'm looking at the documentary and I'm seeing, I see him just crashing out because he couldn't believe how these civil suits kept pounding up. And then the young lady that he was in a group with that was formally supporting him, all of a sudden now she drops a lawsuit against him. And as we all know, she ends up testifying. But the main thing people need to continue to keep in their brain is that Diddy did not get convicted of any of the stuff that was in this documentary. So what was the point of even doing it? All of the accusations and all of the conspiratory videos that were made all throughout YouTube were pretty much combined in this documentary. All this stuff is speculation. Nobody has proven any of this information. And if they had any of this information to prove, it should have been in the trial. He should have been charged with that. However, he was charged with the Mann Act and RICO, which he was acquitted for the RICO charge. All they got him on was the Mann Act, which really does not even equate for why he is in jail. I think everybody who is covering this documentary are focusing on the Biggie and Tupac situation, which I grew up in that era, okay? And what I want to say about that is, once again, Diddy has not been charged with the conspiracy to unalive Biggie or Tupac. So why are we even talking about that? It's a speculation. It's a conspiracy. It hasn't been proven. He has not been charged for it. So why are people making this pretty much the foundation of the documentary? And another thing I want to point out that pertains to that is that the writer and journalist Toure said that the video that they put in there about Biggie, when he was speaking about he was going to be unalived, he was actually giving an interview with Toure. And I'm going to let you guys see it for yourself. Tory said it was taken out of context, and Biggie did that interview on his first album. Okay? On his first album, not his Ready to DIE album, his first album.
I just got to talk about one moment in the Diddy talk.
That's how real it is. I think somebody's trying to kill me. I'll be waking up paranoid. I'll be really scared. I just be paranoid.
So I did that interview. He's talking to me. The doc places this right before Peterson Auto Museum, March 9th. But you know what? We did that interview on the first album. That's him talking about the street. not the game. That's him talking about, I'm afraid of getting knocked off on the street. The first time I interviewed him, we were sitting in the hallway of his building, and if anybody started walking up, somebody from the crew would go down with a hammer. Who's that? Big said to me, I am afraid of the street. But I gotta be out here. I gotta live. I gotta show him my music. I gotta show him I'm not afraid. But I am definitely afraid. But the doc makes it like that bite about his fear relates to the Big Pac situation and his fear ahead of going to LA. He may have been afraid because he knew that he was in danger being in LA in that moment, but that clip is way out of context. It's from years earlier.